Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about summer homeschooling plans, and I'm excited to share our plans with you. They are, for me, pretty relaxed and simple. Just with having a wide age range this year, I wanted to be mindful of everyone's individual needs in the summer, and we actually have a really calm summer as far as travel this year because we have a larger fall trip planned, and so I'm looking forward to, for the most part, staying in our hometown for the whole summer, which we haven't done in a long time. And so with that, it's made me want to be a little bit more relaxed with the kids and start school later. So if you want to hear all about our summer learning plans, then give this video a thumbs up and stay tuned. So before I share our summer learning plans in depth, I wanted to announce my newest bundle with YWAM Publishing. If you've been around here for a while, then you know that we love the YWAM Heroes of History or Christian Heroes books in our homeschool. And starting in middle school, each of my kids are assigned one book per month of their choice, and they give me a written narration at the end of that month of the character that they studied. And so I put together some of these bundles with them. It's a really good price for you guys, and I really enjoy pulling different heroes together and creating these fun bundles. And I've always gone with really well-known heroes of history or Christian heroes in these bundles. But for this summer, I wanted to do something a little different, and I decided to do a women heroes bundle. So I pulled together 6 different Christian heroes stories for you to get into your kids' hands this summer. Typically this would be about $72 plus shipping, and with my discounted bundle for you guys, it's $36 plus free shipping, so you get 6 Christian heroes books for $36. And it's only until July 1st. So if you're interested in grabbing this bundle, make sure you check out the link in my description box down below. But I went with some different Christian heroes that maybe not everybody already has on their shelves. So the first is Ida Scudder. The next is Lillian Trasher. We have Rachel Saint. So I'm really excited. Bella's been wanting to read this book because she read the Nate Saint book and the Elizabeth and Jim Elliott book. So Rachel Saint was the missing piece in her puzzle there. Betty Green. Florence Young, and then I accidentally grabbed the Elizabeth Elliott one off my shelf, but I meant to grab Elizabeth Fry. So I'm sure most of you, if you're big into the YWAM books, you may have already read the Elizabeth Elliott story, but Elizabeth Fry is the 6th hero in this heroes bundle. So if you guys are interested in this, like I said, it's only available until July 1st, and it's a really good discounted rate. So you get 6 books to add to your summer reading list, so make sure you check that out. Moving into our homeschool plans this summer, we officially will end school on June 8th. June 8th is our history night where we get the grandparents or family friends together and the kids share about one character that they studied in history this year. They do this with some friends, and so that's on June 8th. And then I always surprise the kids with their first day of summer. My kids this time know that they are finishing school with that night because we're in the midst of our exam week right now, which is the last week of school. So they know that we're finishing school this week. However, they're expecting the first day of summer to be Monday, but I always do like a summer surprise party. But John and I have like organized it to be Sunday after church. They won't be expecting to walk in to a little party that we've set up for them when they get home from church on Sunday. So I basically just buy new pool floats for the summer, blow those up, and put together s'mores. They eat s'mores like for breakfast that day, but it'll be like a snack after church. And then they make a summer bucket list, and I always have a couple little goodies for them, new summer workbooks and just fun things, sticker books, whatever, things that I find randomly just to celebrate the first day of summer. Besides that, we will kick things off on that Monday with our summer reading, what's it called? What do I call it? A book tasting. I did a video on this last year. I will be doing a video on this again this year, just so you guys can see all the different books I have set up for my kids for summer reading. But essentially that is just where I put out like 10 books that I've chosen for my kids to read this summer, that I've selected, and I let them sit one at a time with this little menu, and they kind of go through each book and rate it based on the style, if they're interested in it, how long it is. They get a little taste of the book, and I always put out a little bit of candy for them too, so it's a little bit of a tasting. And they sit there and they put, you know, they rank the books 1 to 10 on what they want to read first. Or last year, 2 of my kids ranked them 1 through 10 based on like they wanted to read their ones they were least interested in first to kind of build toward the ones they really want to read. So the book tasting is fun, and then they have other books that they want to read through the summer too. But we are taking quite a long summer. I don't think we're going to start school back till Labor Day. And I'll share about that more later, but mostly just our extracurriculars start in August, and I want to get into that rhythm first before I start our school year. And I just want more time because high school hit really fast and college tours are starting to happen, and I'm just not ready to like hurry up back into school. So they'll have more than 10 books that they'll read over the course of 2.5 months, but that's just a fun way to kind of start the summer reading. Outside of that, I do plan for my kids to just continue with a couple things. Maybe they didn't finish all their science lessons, or they do continue on with math year round. Every day in the summer that we're home, so within reason, like if we have plans all day long or they're at a camp all day, I don't make them do a bunch of schoolwork as well. But every day that we're home on some kind of a normal routine, they'll have about an hour in the afternoon where I'll just ask them to either work on some reading or some of their work. And what I do is I put that work on a clipboard, and I've done this for years now. You guys are probably familiar with how I do it, but I'll put it on a clipboard, the work I want them to get done for the week, and I'll have like a little checklist on the front of it, and I would just like them to, you know, get a little ways through their books, or at least do a couple math lessons, just so that they're still doing something throughout the summer. And every time they check off a certain number of lessons on that clipboard, then they get either a mini can of soda, which I already bought those because those were on sale at Publix recently, or they get an ice cream bar or a popsicle, whatever they're feeling, or 15 minutes of video game time outside of Saturdays. And so they'll kind of like accumulate that, and then they'll do an hour, you know, every few days if they want to do that. So that is how we incorporate learning through the summer. We spend, like I said, about an hour, and it's when we normally have like our quiet time. So if we were at the beach that morning and then it starts to rain in the afternoon, I'll be like, all right guys, let's spend about an hour getting stuff done. There's no perfect system, but we do end up falling into some kind of a rhythm with it. It's usually in the afternoons, shortly before John gets home from work. So we have fun all day, and then they do a little bit of work. They love it. It's like I said, it's finishing up lessons they didn't finish, but then it's also math, which they love teaching textbooks. That's fun. It's not a surprise that they continue that in the summer. They've always done that. Or I grabbed some things like this. These Humble math books. We've used these before in our homeschool, just for summer stuff, or for, you know, working on multiplication and things like that. So I grabbed a bunch of these, and so I'll be giving them some of these workbooks to do as well. So 100 days of word problems, 100 days of double-digit addition and subtraction, 100 days of long division, multi-digit multiplication, another word problems one. I got this money and financial literacy one for Bella, pre-algebra for Jessie. So they might end up getting these at our first day of summer party as like a workbook, but my kids love busy work stuff like that, and that's more of a summer thing for us because we don't typically do stuff like that regularly during the school year. Outside of those clipboards and the reward system with ice cream or a mini soda can or screen time, the only other thing that's really like on our agenda besides the summer reading as well is this. So we, like I've mentioned in other videos, we attend a Bible study throughout the year, community Bible study, and we love it. And my kids really search the word in that Bible study. They do something every morning that we just call soak time, where they do their own Bible journaling. And I will link that video up here. If you want to incorporate a simple Bible study tool into your home this summer and build the habit of personal Bible time, I highly recommend using that soak method. It just teaches you how to it teaches you, or it helps you get into the habit of just looking at scripture from a couple different angles instead of just kind of consuming it and applying it to your life. It gives you an opportunity to kind of look at it in a couple different ways. And so the kids do that every morning regardless, but I love guided studies that give commentary and things like that as well. And so the Engaging God's Word study is actually created by Community Bible Study. And John's actually done a couple of these studies before, and I didn't realize that CBS was the one who created this curriculum. So I let the kids, Eli's age and up, I do believe Eli's ready for it, but I might have to help him a little bit with it. I let them each choose one of these to work on through the summer. And so at the time of day that we normally spend time working on our CBS homework, which is usually like after dinner time, when the kids are like getting ready for bed, waiting for the shower to be free, they'll work on their CBS homework. And I just don't want to fall out of habit because CBS only meets September through the beginning of November. And then we take a long break, and then we meet January through April. So there's quite a long break in the summer, and I just don't like falling out of the habit because the homework is 5 days a week when we go back to it. So Eli chose James, which is one John's already done. It's a little bit smaller of a book, so I think this will be good for him. And then I'm doing the Romans study. So I grabbed this one for myself. And then Jesse is doing Joshua and Judges. He loves the Old Testament. And Isabella chose Daniel. She also loves the Old Testament narratives. So that is what they're doing in addition to anything else, like probably an hour a day, 4-ish days a week of clipboard type of work. That's the other thing that we have on the agenda. I'm hoping to kind of meet with the kids like 1-ish day a week to continue a couple things from like our morning basket time, just so we don't completely fall out of that habit and so that we don't not touch things for 3 months. Like I mentioned in a recent video, we only got a certain ways through our geography curriculum, so we will be continuing that in the fall, that same curriculum, but I don't want to have a 3-month gap between where we left off and where we start up again. So my hope is to kind of touch that at least once a week, just sit down with the kids at lunch and be like, hey guys, I'm gonna read you, one lesson from this book, or we're gonna read one chapter of this read aloud that we were kind of left on. Other than that, I'm not sure if I'm doing much other than just reading picture books to my little kids. Not a lot else on the agenda besides that. So it is a more relaxed schedule, although it is still a schedule because you know me, we do keep doing things. We at least are doing something. I personally work on a lot of habits in the summer for myself that I see slipping during the school year so that I go into the school year strong. So I'm getting back into a really solid workout routine. I've been going to a really great gym. I've enjoyed it so much. Making sure that, and this happens every summer, I need to get like back into certain meal prep routines because by the end of the year, we're still doing meal prep, but it's not as strong as we start the year. So things like that are helpful for me to really focus on throughout the summer. Prepping for the school year, hoping to get plans made ahead of time so that I don't depend on the weekend to get my schoolwork prepped for the week. But besides that, like my kids, they're gonna be really relaxed in July and August as far as I know. June is funny. We've got, Annie's got one camp, and then the next week my older 3 have a camp. And they're at home, but a day camp. And then the next week my older 2 are actually going away to camp. And then the week after that, we have my middle 3 in a camp, which is so funny. It's such a random thing. June is so very strange. And then, in the midst of that, a couple of those camps we are actually in North Carolina for. And so other than, like I said, popping up to North Carolina for a couple weekends here and there throughout the summer, after June, we'll be home. And I'm so looking forward to just enjoying our beach, enjoying time with our friends. We have like little local water play areas and things that my kids have just never gotten to do because we're gone so much in the summer. So I'm very much looking forward to a relaxed summer with a tad bit of structure so that the longer summer doesn't absolutely set us back. But so looking forward to kicking off summer very soon with the kids, and those are my plans. A Bible study, some clipboard work, and a nice solid summer reading list, and kicking it off with some fun. So let me know in the comments down below what your summer plans are, what your summer learning plans are, if you even plan to take a summer. We've been all over the road as far as taking long summers, but now as soon as my oldest got to high school, I kind of made a personal commitment to take the summers with her, and as soon as she's done, I'll have others in high school. So I, for the most part, think we'll probably not be doing year-round school anymore, just so that we can really soak up that extra summertime. So those are our plans. Let me know what your plans are in the comments down below. Don't forget about that exciting YWAM bundle price, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.